without fail, every time that I've told someone that I'm playing Sentient, and they're familiar with the game, has been some sort of illicit or some sort of variation of "oh god" or "oh boy" or "oh dear." And I've never seen this game except for maybe a little bit on a demo disc because I think Bear streamed a demo of it. So, I do believe we are in for a ride. Alright, let us go ahead and get this show on the road. So, hello, and welcome to another Sunday edition of Retro Rank Rhapsody, in which we do a long play of a game, or at least try to play as much of a game, or a longer game, that we can, in 1 or 2 sessions. Hopefully beating it, but sometimes not. Like this one, which I don't know if we're going to beat. But this is... So, most of the games that I put in the long play boxes that were not initially requested were games that I am curious, like, for the most part, are games that I wanted to play. However, there are some games that I put in there that I am morbidly curious about. Sentient was one of those morbid curiosities. It is a game that I have never played before. However, it has quite the reputation, as I kind of mentioned in the intro, or the warm-up, that anytime that I have told someone that is familiar with this game, that I'm playing this game, usually elicits some sort of, oh god, or oh really, or wow, you're in for an interesting time. So that's already somewhat concerning. The other thing that's concerning is that this is a Psygnosis game, which, if you're familiar with their work, a lot of the times their games were unabashedly Amiga-esque, because they were a pretty big, mostly Amiga publisher. They didn't really do a whole lot of development on their own, which is also another thing that's kind of interesting about this one, because I do believe this is actually Psygnosis developed, although this was kind of towards the end of Psygnosis' life as Psygnosis. So they were, I think at this point they had probably done Wipeout. So they, started to show that, oh yeah, they're a really good PlayStation developer. But this is also, I don't recall them ever making a lot of adventure games, which is what Sentient is. Also, Sentient, from what I have heard, is that it is an adventure game that kind of has some interesting ideas and some interesting concepts that maybe don't turn out as well. But regardless, we are going to be playing this. I really don't have anything else to say other than we're playing the PlayStation version of this game, because so this was also available on PC. However, it is a 1997 release on the PC, which means that it's probably going to be nigh unplayable on modern systems, so I just decided to play the PlayStation version. And as I mentioned, I am going to this pretty much completely blind. I do have a guide open in case I really need it, because apparently there's also some time sensitivity. Okay. There we go. Sounds great, Bob. That's exactly what I want out of this game. That sounds great. That was a lot of things. So here we have a menu. So what is my audio? Options. Okay, that's... Oh, don't worry, I am going to go to the difficulty. Because I just want to make sure. So, speech bubble... Oh, here. I like that I've frown and smile buttons. That is a lot of options. Speech bubble confirmation. What I believe that this does is that if there is a speech bubble on screen, that it will force you to hit a button in order to confirm it before, like, it'll stop the game so they can, process it. I'm actually going to turn that off because it feels really awkward from the little bit I've tested. And yeah, the difficulty. So we have disease spread, respect for player, and ship simulator. I appreciate that it's just labeled respect for player. Like, you know what? I'm just going to set these really low. And I'm going to set respect for... God, I am kind of morbidly curious what this actually does. But I'm going to set that all the way to easy. Ship simulator, I'll leave a little harder. Also, you know what? We are in some... You know what? I'm going to put disease spread for very easy because... life, for example. I don't think we need a game that simulates disease spread. I think we live it. When they have worn all the earths away, and only then shall they truly turn to their skies. Taken from something that the encoding is eating up. Or the thing. Is this Outer Wilds? That sounds about right.
Get the restraining belt.
Heart rate's in the stratosphere. Breathing's irregular.
We've got to calm him down. 24 units of aminoxin.
24 units of aminoxin.
He's stabilizing. This is the worst one we've seen. Kamek, I'm late for an important meeting. If he regains consciousness, contact me immediately.
Yes, Doctor. The medical relief team were due over an hour ago. Any idea where they are, Doctor?
Senatorial Securities Act. We thank you for your compliance. You are now approaching Icarus Station. First, you'll encounter ambient temperatures of well over 120 degrees. Overexertion can easily lead to heat stroke, dehydration, or much worse. Stop and rest the moment you feel yourself growing weak. Second, water is a rare commodity. Try not to waste it. Water wasters will be sent before a tribunal. Third, in case of emergency, return to your quarters. Wait for a security officer to advise you how to proceed. Don't move around the station while the emergency klaxon is sounding. You might be mistaken for an intruder. Finally, remember Icarus is a primary security zone. Security personnel are authorized to liquidate anyone threatening the station.
Yeah, so basically my consensus is, if it's like a super timed section, then I feel free to give it to me. Yeah, I was gonna say, but now I realize, isn't this entire game timed?
I do hope this is important, Jor-El.
I don't think you'll be disappointed, Senator.
Chief Jor-El, science section
Any idea what's causing it?
No, sir, but it's the largest fluctuation we've seen.
All right, let me know if there are any developments. The incoming medical shuttle just finished beaming over our inbound communiques. Data Central have reason to suspect that Shatterjack has infiltrated this station. They believe that you are his likely target.
What? The political assassin?
You've heard of him.
Of course I have. He murders 27 government officials, and you fools let him on board this station. As head of security, I hold you personally responsible.
It gets worse, Senator. What's Captain Lovey told you about the recent decrease in mining efficiency?
He told me it was because of the plague outbreak. The emergency medical team should sort that out when they arrive.
It's not the plague. Our orbit has been steadily declining for the past 96 hours. We've had to divert energy from mining to the thrusters, and that's brought us another 72 hours before we slide into the sun. We're trying to solve the problem, but it's not easy. Data Central are aware, but I'm warning you now in case you want to leave the station.
I have to stay here.
Incoming shuttle. I have you on Vector 771. Revector 4 Mark 4. Very good, shuttle. You are clear for rendezvous. Shuttle, I'm picking up full band interference on your off track. Please identify. Shuttle.
Chief, we've been hit by a level 7 solar flare. The entire top disk has been irradiated, and Chief, that incoming shuttle didn't make it.
Condition 0. No one is to go near the top disk without my authorization. Get a report from engineering and let's get a search organized. Full radiation protection. I just remembered. The captain was down on the shuttle deck.
Yep. What? That cut off abruptly. Yeah, I can't not see the face in the bottom left. Okay. So, there's a lot to take in at the moment, so... Clothing... There's debris everywhere. Oh. Pick up the clothing. I mean, technically, this is my second time try because... How? Okay. I picked up the clothing. Oh, do I have to... say clothing, examine. Lightweight suit. Okay. Wait, what? Use. First aid kit, use on. Let's go. Oh, that's some animation. Okay. Oh, I have the activation key. Come on. Nope. Okay. Activation key, use on. Item in room. Yes. Wait, are you... What? What? Okay, let's try that one more time. Okay, there we go. What? What? Okay. Um. Okay. You know what? Was there any... Sure, let's save the game. Yes. It seems to be the case. Also, I see that this saving system is taking its sweet-ass time. Yeah, 5 blocks is a lot. Thing that, what, had 16? Thank you for immediately putting me in a hedge maze game. First you like, give me a 2-minute timed puzzle the moment I start the game, and then you put me in a hedge maze. Yeah, I should probably do the follow the right wall thing. Unless they're being cheeky and realize that that's... I don't know what the technical, like measurement of, like, how many, like, megabytes it was, but it wasn't, like, it wasn't a lot. Also, I think I'm going in circles. Okay. God, sometimes I feel like this is going to be like LSD before I bump in. Oh, in the PlayStation. Oh. Um. Oh. 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 Okay. Couldn't okay, that's the one. What do they call you? Make a statement. I am called Garrett Sharova. If I do that, I could have called this episode My Sharova. Return to the skies. Ask a question. How is you doing? Ask a question. Who are you? Okay. Let's see. Where am I? Is this like... Do you have... Oh. Oh. Uh-oh. Oh, no. Please. Somehow I feel I know exactly where this game's going. Who is that? Oh. Who is guest? Where are you going? Oh. I'm not going. Oh. Oh. Okay. What does the thing in the corner mean? Okay, Michigan. Welcome to the. Okay. Remind the beside that she's talking about Dr. Magoom. What is happening? Hello? What? Okay. What the fresh hell is this game? How do I open the door? What is this? Use machine. There we go. Hooray, I'm free. Okay. What's wrong? Down the corridor to the right. Enter 243. Is there like a... Oh. Why is it R2? Hello, medic. Two. You'll know which is. Enter room 240. Let's see. As soon as the doc goes, leave the sick bay and go down the corridor to the right. Enter room 243. Is this a person or is that... Oh. Is there anything in this room? No, I can't talk. I don't know if you need... Oh, wait, can I open these? I suppose. But now the question is, what do I interact with? What is... Great, is this just gonna be on screen the entire time? Oh, there we go. Or wait, is this? 2 wait. This is bizarre. This is room 2 through... I'm guessing this is room 243, which the guide is saying that I need to be in here somewhere. The thing is, I don't think that there's anything in here for me to interact with. So I don't know what... Oh. Where is... First from list. Matter analysis lab. Ask question, where is... Matter analysis lab. They found an Octant 2. Oh, Andrew. Where is... Matter analysis lab. It's on this deck on the second ring, Octant 2. Offer party. I'll see you around. Medical node. Okay, this is a sick bay. Matter analysis lab. Who are you? Eric's model. I feel like these names were like made in like a random name generator. So Octant 2. Oh. What is happening? Okay. That is... I'd assume that Octant hopefully is the first of the two numbers? Okay, maybe this is... not... You. Where is... Where is... Actually, hold on. Where am I? this is the middle research. Where is... Matter analysis lab. On the second ring, Octant 2. So is it 222? Instruments node. I kind of wish that I had, like, a map. Wait. What are you? You... I cannot interact with you. That's a shiny thing. Oh. Let's see, where am I? Particle analysis lab. See, I wonder if I say where is the particle... If I say... Wait. Sir... Octant 2. That's the second ring on the deck. There is no map for this game, right? Okay. Say again. Upper part. Yeah, like I can see how people would say that this is like a really interesting game, but I can definitely see why. What? What's this? Kenyon report. Pick up. So what, pray tell, would happen if I just did this? Okay, it's just a wall. I really wish I could, like, double tap to dash or something like that. Like, run. 2. So I'm gonna assume that it's like 2-2 something. Oh. You. What are you doing, medic? That's a question. Where am I? Skill lock 2. Okay. Okay. Okay, well, I've wrapped around. Where am I? It's the sick bay. Let me try and figure out this first thing, and then I'll poke around. Let's see, where is... medical... It's Surprised it doesn't let me... I guess it doesn't let me ask where... That is. Okay, you're there. Okay, that's 2, 3. Is middle research. Two, 3. Okay, there's 2, 2, and 2. Unless 2, 3, 2, 4. Wait. Oh, and there's... So wait. It was saying that I should go to 2... Solution you're good. Okay. Wait. If I go until 243, I think I might... Oh, wait. Are you... Yep. Why am I stuck? There we go. Two, 4, 3. It's at the next room. But that doesn't... That's 251. This is certainly a navigation system. Okay, it's saying 243. It should be that. Maybe it's on the floor and I just didn't see it. Because it says I'm looking for... Pick up Azira's report. Is there like a button that I need to press to like open something? God, this really needs like a... this needs like a map. God, I'm almost tempted to load the... save from the thing. Well, I know where I can find a manual. Give me 1 second. Okay. Vim.net. Manual project. PlayStation. Hello, Shark Vega. S E. You do not have the manual for Sentient. Hold on. Sentient PSX manual. Okay. Oh, it does have a thing for strategy wiki. Mechanics. Let's see, Sentient. Okay, where? Okay, Games Database Manual. Okay, controls, the universe now, communications, story so far, low game menu, audio menu, difficulty menu, numbering system. Okay. Let's see. There are 4 decks on the Icarus. Geodome, Auxiliary, Research, and Engineering. These decks are divided into octants and rings. In order to navigate the corridors successfully, you learn the system. Okay, go away. I don't want to give you this. Okay. Oh, God. Okay, so... Oh, so if you take a look, the number 2 on the middle bit underneath the arrow pointing up is saying that this is we are on deck 2. So the second one, current corridor ring. Okay, so so basically it's not like a left right, it's a okay. So teleport next room, or maybe it is. So current next room, next octant, and the center thing, it means we are in research. So we need to find 222, is what it seems like. This is dumb. Like, this is a really bad way of numbering it. Okay. 26. Oh, why is your strafe also your look up and down? Oh, that's dumb. Why would you do that? Okay, so then the next... So that's the next octant. Next room is 1. So next room is 1. Okay, there's that. Boy, this is a bad way of numbering this. It's 2, that's 4. So wait, wouldn't this be 222? Okay. Ask a question. Where am I? The medical vending room. Okay, you had... Okay. Where is the research vending room? Vending room. It's like it's asking for a bunch of... It's like a bunch of rooms that it's like... Research... Octant 4. For parting. Okay, and that's apparently a teleport. So what this game... That is a good question. I'll let you know when I figure it out. I don't think it's procedural. Wait. Yeah, I bet you there's like a thing where... Let's see, where am I? Oh, we're in the sick bay. Ask a question. Where is... Like, I feel like I should know... Let's see, where is... Dr. Luby? Inner quarters. Okay. Ask a question. Where is... person... Oh, actually, no, I want to find a room. Room... Medical quarters, dining room. On the first ring. Bottom Geo. Current deck and deck number. Okay, you know what? Oh, here. This does take 6 blocks! Holy cow! Nothing should take 6 blocks! Okay, because we hadn't... Actually, where is the last save state? Oh, here. Oh, okay. Here to seal. That's it. Let's see, how are you coming along? Okay. Okay, if I wait... You. Yep. Okay. Your first, posing danger yourself. I all spacing here down here. The last fair needs analyzing so I can tailor a treatment for the injured crew. Malia check. Okay. Maliachek's report. Okay. That's a question. Where is Yeki Maliachek? Medical Research Lab. Where is Medical Research Lab? We found Octant 4. First ring. Okay. So. Okay. So, I need to go find... like, medic. I think. Oh, what does that symbol mean? Junction. That. I do think I need teleport. Oh. Let's see. Can I just walk through here? Transdeck. Granted. Engineering. What? What? Transact. Oh, wait, I need to go to... Research 1. Okay. Let's see. Who are you? Let's see. Where is Geki Maliachek? Found in his quarters. Okay. Okay. Let's see. Who are you? Serenki. Parting. Okay. Yep. Greetings, medic. Ask a question. Who are you? Valor Clear... Computech. Okay. You. Get back here. Greetings. That is certainly an outfit. Ask a question. Who are you? Veta. Ask a question. Where is... Now they check in the medical research lab. Ask a question. You. Where are you? That is certainly a phase. Borgunny. Where is... nope, I want room Medical research lab. Found on the... Okay. Metal research was up... God. Okay. Okay. You. Discussion. Where... who are you? Teikata. Okay. You can... What? Oop. Oh, I see. I can... Where is... Now check. Room medical research lab. Ask a question. Where is room... medical research lab? Found on this deck on the first ring. Say again? Medical research lab found on this deck on the first ring, Octant 4. On this deck. Okay, let me just double check. First ring, Octant 4. Okay. Okay, first ring, so I need to, in the ones, 1. Okay, 5, 4. Yep. Ask a question. Who are you? Guffin where? Ask a question. Where is... Or Gecko Mal... It's not Geki, it's Gecko Malachek. It's currently in here. You! See you around. You. Goodbye. Ask a question. Who are you? You. Okay. Ask a question. Where is... radiation report? Let's see. Give me radiation report. Sure. Perfect. That's good. Ask a question. Where is... Let's see. Can report. Okay. Shooting gun. Where is... Mass spectrometer lab? Where is... Confirm Octant 2. Second, okay, 2-2. Okay. Do. Oh. So you're, give an object. Oh, at last. What? What? Ask a question. Where am I? Oh. Ask a question. Are you Genshin Po? Wait. You... Ask a question. Who are you? You. Where is... Can you report? Okay. Okay, where is... Offer parting. Okay, and there's that. So, is that dead man walking, or is that just... Do I just need to figure out where else I need to go? Okay, that's particle field. Oh yeah, because wasn't it in, like, the corner here? Yeah. Pick up. Also, anyway, I will actually be right back. Alright. Let's see, where is... Oh, not... Oh, wait. Oh, who was I looking for? I was looking for... Yeah, Trina. There. Wait. It's 2, 3. Oh wait, I need to go... That's 8. That's you. Yeah. And then that's just that room. Maybe if I wait in here? That's a question, where is... Where is... Under analysis lab located. On this deck, second ring, octant 2. Wait, aren't you... That's what I thought. Give a object. Let's see, what should I do now? Alright. Where is... Astronomy lab. Octant 8. Let's see. Examine. Let's see. Oop, there's a... The science dossier. Okay. Let's try the other room. Okay. What? Okay. Let's see, ask a question. Let's see, where are you going? Sitting right here for a while. Where am I? Particle analysis lab. Where is... room... astronomy lab. Octanate, that's second ring on this deck. Okay, maybe I need to go to a different... I have status of... I'm at... Oh, hi. Offer parting. Okay. Ask a question. Where am I? It's mass spectrum. Let's see. Where is... Okay, is this... Okay. Let's see. Actually, What should I do now? Yeah, I have no idea what I need to do. Ask a question. Yeah. Where is... Or... What should I do now? Offer party. Okay. It's you. Yeah, I just have no idea where I need to go. Like, I can't show off anything because it's just, like... This has, like, zero... This gives zero indication of, like, what you're actually supposed to do. And it's, like, really hesitant to tell you, like, anything. This is a game that is incredibly over-designed. Okay, what are you? Medical terminal. Oop. Up. Yeah, this is, like... Yeah, I would not say that this is, like... Because most adventure games do not, to be perfectly frank, waste your time. Like this. And this is with the respect to player, like, given, like... at the easiest. Like, also, like, it's great, because even with a guide, it doesn't, it's like, give... Whoop. What is happening? Am I... Okay. Return to the skies, where else? What is happening? Okay. Ask. Let's see, what is that? Oh. What should I do now? Right. Okay. Aztec. Okay, ask a question. Where is Garv Aztec? In his quarters. Okay. Where is Aztec's top engineering? Okay. Here we go. Okay, how do I use this again? 3. Okay. You're not here. Come on. Let's see. Who are you? Oh yeah, you're that. Ask question, where is person in his quarters? Ask question, where is top engineering? Where am I? It's bottom research. What? Okay. Okay, is research 1 top? You. Ask question, where am I? Main science area. You. Wait. Ask question, where am I? Okay, it's top research. Ask question. Where is... Nope. Okay. I will say the third ring. Okay. Oh. Let's see. Who are you? Quidgeman. What are with these names? Let's see. Who are you? Oh, that's not good. Oh, this is a pretty room. Oh! What? Oh. Oh, sun hot is my current thought. Oh, actually, also that seeing that animation reminded me, I did add a new react in the channel points, and I'll see if people find it. That is made for when games don't work the way they should. Like that. I got 11 points. This certainly is an ending. What is this music? Yeah, symbolism and all that. Okay. Well. Let's try loading that. Say it again. Actually, what am I doing? Okay. See how our that is a good question. It didn't quite fully tell me. But I think. Okay, so now that I know kind of how this works. Okay, we're gonna go in here. Oops. Shoot, that's not what I mean. Grab here. Pick up. Ask question, where is Gecko Malachuk? What? Working on it. Jeez. Okay. Ask question. Where is person? Malachuk? Currently medical research lab. Offer parting. You ask question, where is medical research? First ring, Octant 4. Wait. You. Who are you? Oh yeah, you're that other person. Okay. Oh, no. God damn it. That never happened. That's not that. That's nothing, it seems like. Okay. Where am I? It's about research lab. Ask question, who are you? You. Give a command, give me radiation report. Okay. Is it there? Okay. Whoop. Okay. Okay. Where is... Louis? Matter analysis lab, right? Where is... Matter analysis lab? Second ring Octane 2. Let's see. Last question. Make a statement. Charm. Upper party. Okay, so I need to find the junction. There it is. Hopefully I can find Dr. Louvie in time. You are not Dr. Louvie. Nope. I feel like walking around just due to the jank-ass animation. This just feels like I am playing, like, this is like a playable full-life Consequences. Okay, where the fresh hell can she be located? Maybe if I go backwards. You. Where is Dr. Louvie? Matter analysis lab. Where is... Oh. Okay. Okay, you are not... That's a sick day. Wait. Where is sick boy? Found an Octane 2. Wait. Where am I? That's much. Where is... Matter analysis lab. Okay, Ask question. Where is movie? Down to top research. Okay. Okay. Okay, you're not here. On here. On here. On there. That's certainly mapping on that face. Where? Let's see, where am I? The Susie Terminator. Let's see, ask, where is... Medical Analysis Ward. Okay, so... Rings within rings. Okay. Oh, shoot. Wait, why can I... Okay, that's engineering. Why can I only go to... Oh. Who are you? Where am I? Yeah, I can only go to top... What? Oh, there's multiple. Okay. Where is person? Where is room? Bottom geo. But I can't get... Great. Let's see, where is person? Bottom research. For parting. Research 3. Where the hell are you? Ask a question about where is person. How did she get there? Fancy area. I honestly do not know how much more of this game I can stand. Where is... Let's see. Where is... Medical analysis ward? Okay, middle research. Second ring. This is like the worst version of Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego. I don't, like... Like, this game is incredibly, like, ambitious, but also, to what extent? God. Yeah. You know what? I think I'm good. Let me just prep something real quick. Psygnosis, PlayStation, adventure game, and all right. Oop, that is way too loud. Okay. Wait, is this? I don't think this is normally in... Yeah, this is not my... It's not the right music. That's right music. Okay. So, I'm of two minds of this. What I think this game is neat. Like, I think it is conceptually neat. It was very ambitious. I'll give it that. So it is either 666, or alternatively, let's see. I'm just trying to think, what adventure games do I even have? Oh, I don't have any 19. Don't have any there. Just trying to find an adventure game to compare it to. Okay, 18. Let's see. Is. Okay, Big Star Trooper. Yeah, Police Quest. Something I was really passionate about, but also passionate about certain parts of it, namely the parts that, you know, yeah, like, it is ambitious. I also would say it's worse than Police Quest. As a game, it is kind of miserable. Okay, Big Sky Trooper at 20. We have the King's Quest at 20. Casper for the SNES at 20. God, we got the Elephant. God. Because for some reason, the other adventure game that I was thinking, like, it's not even like a similar thing, but for some reason, I was giving me like Enemy Zero vibes, namely because of its like science fictionness. But man, I'd much rather play Enemy Zero. It is completable, but also it just does not like give you any information you need. And it is just nigh incomprehensible. Which is why I would not feel bad putting it low. But also, it's kind of the thing why I kind of think that maybe this is a 666, because also it's just so goofy. Yeah, it's just like... Do I have any adventure games? Yeah, I have some, like... Oh god, Dr. Hauser. The Chlorine Gold game. SOS. I kind of feel like this is in the 666 category. Because, like, I'm also looking at, like... Oh, 420 Camp. Okay. Got, like... Yeah. Yeah, 420 or 666. Part of me is thinking... But, you know, there's a couple games in 420 that does make stand out. Like, Tale of the Sun is another game that's kind of this weird... this weird game that's like, it doesn't tell you much what to do. I'm actually thinking more in the line of 420 now that you mention it. Especially like games like LSD Dream Emulator. I feel like this is a game that you kind of gotta... You get what you put into it. We have not ranked the Nomad Soul before. Yeah, I can definitely agree with that, X. Yeah, I'm just gonna stick 420. Yeah. It just, yeah. So if I were to call out anything else, the music's decent. There's kind of a campy charm with, like, the faces and all that. But I'm gonna give a thumbs down to the gameplay. Also, it does not look good. And also for Nay. What the hell is going on? For sure. Too many options with not enough explanation. And I would almost say clairvoyance required for completion. Like, it is just a... yeah. It is just a weird-ass adventure game. So, yeah. I think that is good for Sentient. It is a interesting game. It is not a good game, though, by any means. But yes. So, what I am going to do is, because I don't quite have a backup yet, but I will do this. I will actually be right back, and then we will figure something out to do for, I don't know, like 40 minutes. So, anyway, I will be right back. Alright. Well, okay, let me think. I don't know if I want to quite fully get into, the next Sunday thing we'll do, which is we're going to take a look at Shining in the Darkness and Frame Grid. But, let me think. Because I would look at the long play stuff, because we drew some more games. Yeah, Earthbound Beginning, Twin Caliber. I don't have really either of those set up. Any shorties? Well, Well, I haven't set up the boxes yet, but... Could do one of those for a little while. So I don't think any of these are really super complicated. Yeah, you know what? Just for funsies. Even though I haven't cleaned up the boxes yet. Let me go ahead and bring this back up. So, why don't we do like maybe 1 or 2 boxes? I've definitely... These are cleaned up, or I've not put new stuff in yet. So give me 2 boxes and we'll see. That should be good. Although I might only get to 1 of them. Oh, it isn't live. Well then someone just put 1 in chat. Gotta do it quick. 6A. Okay. 6A. Early episode Blues A. Okay, this is one that should take us to... There. Salamander 2. This is a game that... first off, I gotta check to see, because I think this is one that mysteriously disappeared from the things. So, we didn't do Clay Fighter 63 in a third. That was one that was going to get ranked, but it didn't get picked. And then I just showcased it because when I do the next set of boxes, it's going to get cleared. I was not expecting to need one, so that's why that got revealed. Let me take a look. Salamander 2. We have 5, but this is an incredibly early one, and I think that was technically episode 20. Oh, it's going to fix it automatically. But yeah, that is an incredibly early ranking. So I wanted to go ahead and take a look to see if that's still accurate. Because I've not played this in a while. Salamander 2. Salamander 2 that came out in 1996 by Konami, or from the arcade. Konami. Okay, let me load this up real quick. Agenda. Salamander 2. Also, weirdly enough, another Salamander game after I aborted a long play. Okay, let me go ahead and get this. Salamander. Is it just gonna be Oh, do I have to do... Oh, I'm probably gonna have to do MAME for this, aren't I? That should be alright. Because I can credit feed this. Salam. Or, wait. What is the... Okay, hold on. Salamander 2... What is your little code? Sal. 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 There you are. Okay, I'm gonna try this. Hopefully. Maybe it just doesn't. Come on, big bucks and whammies. And yeah, that was a crash. Okay. I guess we're doing it in MAME. Hopefully this will work. Okay, there we go. Okay. So this is a sequel, the kind of unloved sequel to Salamander / Life Force. Salamander 2. So this mostly only came out in Japan. So, yeah. So yeah, it plays more like, so it is Salamander 2, it's not Life Force 2. So it uses the power-up system of Salamander 1, not Life Force. So it's not like your traditional Gradius system. And yeah. So let's go ahead and start. Also, I think I'm gonna have to turn this up a little bit. So... Oh, I didn't realize you could get Twin Laser this early. So yeah, so new thing is Twin Laser is now in here. Also, the options are slightly weird because there's 2 stages to option. You have option, like a full option, and you have the option seed. Also, this is in that weird time before Konami's using a lot of, like, 3D stuff, and uses pre-rendered sprites, which look, not great. At least in my opinion. Yeah, give me... There we go. Also in this game, your missiles and your laser are upgradable if you collect the same thing twice. Also got Golem. Also that. Okay. Pretty simple first boss, but then again, Golem was also a pretty easy first boss. Also, kind of a tanky first boss too. God damn it. Also, you can get your options like in the original game. However, they bounce around the screen, so it's a lot easier to get. There we go. Also, this song right here is actually one that has shown up in a few other things. This actually has shown up in, this showed up not in, like, Beat Mania. This showed up in Konami's Keyboard Mania, this song that's called Sensation. Showed up in that game, of all things. Just give me that. Also, one other thing you can do with options in this game is you have an option bomb. Now, when you do that, takes a bomb, uses it as a, or takes an option, kind of makes a bomb out of it, and you can collect it again, but you'll turn it into a seed instead of like a full option. There we go. This song is really good, though. So the composition, or the music composition in this game is actually interesting from like a Bamani angle as well, because the composer of this game was one Naoki Maeda, which if you were familiar with Dance Dance Revolution, you have Naoki Maeda made like 50% of that song or that game's musical like the songs, especially in the early ones. I do not want. I do not want Ripple. Oh shit. Oh. Can you... There we go. Can you please get on the screen so I can do something? Thank you. There we go. I think it technically timed out. Oh good, we are in Supreme Meat territory. So if I remember correctly, I believe the twin laser is technically the more damaging of the three missiles, but you gotta tap it. Some of these missiles are really hard to see. Wait. Did it cycle back from missile to twin missile? Damn it. There you are. Oh. There we go. Oh, shit. That was rude. There we go. Oh shit, you're shooting missiles. Yeah, so it cycles between... That's weird. Oh shit. Technically you can downgrade yourself. Although, I wonder if the missiles do more... Like, the singular missiles do more damage. Shit. Yeah, this is a rude kind of thing. Damn it. Yeah, this is starting to get rough. Oh, hey, we actually got a core boss. He said the thing. Oh, Jesus! I see you're a Tetran. Oh, damn it. Your hitbox seems to be pretty big in this. Nope. Oh, that was... Oh, shoot. This is... There we go. Oh. Damn it. Oh, great. There we go. Also, I think this game knows that, yeah, you probably are playing this game for the sideways sections, so we're just gonna focus more on the sideways sections than the top-down sections. Which I'm completely okay with. Oh, damn it. That was just me. Damn it. There we go. Oh, I think I remember this boss. Oh, shit. That's a rough one. This is a rough boss. I'm pretty sure this isn't the final. There we go. Damn it. Yeah, if I had one complaint that I feel like would make this game just a slightly bit better is that I wish your hitbox was not so large. Damn it. Damn it. Shoot the what? Oh, I think it was saying shoot the pods. Actually, now that I think about it, because this has like co-op in it, I wonder if this game is just permanently balanced for 2 players. It seems like the bosses take like a long time to kill, and that I seem to be like, I feel like I'm timer scamming them. Also, I'm pretty sure this is the final stage. Oh no, we are in... Thanks. Oh shit. I knew that there was some stupid quote in this game, and I couldn't remember which was the stupid quote. Also, hey, a final boss in the greatest game. It's actually not just a pushover. Damn it. Damn it. How much health does this damn thing have? There we go.
I'll take you to hell with me.
That actually threw me off a little bit. Also, that's a weird-ass looking Lord British. Wait, what? I didn't catch what that was. Oh. Also, because if you do a second loop... Oh, Q-chan. Also, if you do a second loop, you get remixes of songs from Salamander 1. So it's time for us to listen to a little bit of the power of anger. Damn it. So yeah, this game is pretty, like, I think this game is, like, incredibly solid. Like, I like it. I like playing this game better than I like playing the first game. Whether... I'll have to see where it compares to the Gradiuses, because... I mean, it's granted this is also a game in which you can kind of credit feed. I feel like that makes it a little bit more playable than, you know, your traditional Gradius game. Oh. I see. Okay, so if you get second loop, you have one continue, which I guess fine. All right, let's go ahead and re-put that on the board. All right, so. Whoop. So we had Salamander 2 at 5. Let me compare this to the Gradiuses. Because, I mean, technically it is part of the same thing. Okay, let's... So, I definitely say it's above Gradius 2. Gradius Galaxies I would also agree, I think it's better. So in 5 we have Gradius 5, which... That one also is technically one you can credit feed. And then 4 is like it's Gradius 3 for the SNES and Gradius Gaiden. I kind of feel like Salamander 2 fits perfectly fine at 5. I think that one actually holds. If we compare it to other shmups that we got there, I got Spriggan, Sengoku Blade, Sega Ninja, Delta and Leo for R-Type, Ray Force, Project Starship X, Musha Leste, Last Alert. Yeah, I think 5 is a good spot for it. Yeah. Is there anything else I want to add to it, though? Let's see. Well, we have, of course, the soundtrack's really good. I would say that the gameplay is pretty solid. Like, I like the Salamander power scheme more than like the traditional Gradius one. Also, this one was like super friendly with making sure that you kept all your options when you died, so you don't hit Gradius syndrome quite as hard. It really seemed like it wanted you to have some sort of weapon power up, but I think that it was like it seemed fine. That being said, I think even with the power the one thing I had a complaint with was, bosses seemed to be really spongy, and I wasn't, like, it seemed like I was almost, like, every single one of those bosses, I felt like I got, like, the timer went off rather than, me actually killing the boss. Which is a little weird. Enemies themselves didn't seem to be that meaty, it's just the bosses seemed particularly meaty. It did seem like it was really a game where the stuff it pulled kind of seemed like it was requiring you to memorize stuff. But that also is just, you know, par for the course. With kind of how those games work. So, there is that. So, I think that's good for Salamander too. Okay, I'm curious. Let's see, can I lightning round something? Because I was going to hold off for 10 more minutes. Do we have any more in the Golden Age? Okay, chat, you have... Okay, B or C? I give a choice to you. Should I pick the left hand or the right hand? Right. Okay, so in that case, let us play for like 9 minutes, because that's about as much it's going to take. Let's play some Pop Flamer. Which is an interesting name for a game. Arcade, I believe this is Jalico. And this is a early Jalico joint. Okay. Oh, that's not what I want to do. I want to do this. Can I do this? Okay. Oh, this is not 91, this is 90, or it is not 81, this is 82. So, actually before, I'm gonna quick do this. What are my options here? Flip switches. Oh, actually that's pretty good for default. Certainly the default. Okay, so this is a Pac-Man game where you are a mouse. And the goal is to pop balloons. But in order to defend yourself, you have a flamethrower. For some reason. I don't know why. Let's start. Also, that's kind of loud. Okay. Also, you have to pop the balloon square on. Also, if I remember correctly... Uh-oh. I died. And if you drink all the thing, you turn into that thing. Oh, damn it. Oh. Oh, nope. Seems like the Godzilla thing. Oh, oh, that was weird. Oh, no, let's see. If I kill this thing... There we go. Alright. Damn it. Yeah, so this game feels really weird. Get... Yeah, so I've been watching a lot of Jeremy Parish's videos, and one of the things that his more recent things that he's been working on was a retrospective on games that were for the SG-1000, which there's a port of this game to that, and it is kind of terrible. And it gets brought up a lot for weird game design. Oh, goddammit. God damn it. Wait. Where's the balloon? Oh, oh, because I'm right. Oh, good, and because Pop Flamer's right-handed, I can't destroy these things. Son of a bitch, get back here. Oh, there's some up here. There we go. Oop. Okay. This music, I don't understand why does the music seem like it's speeding up, like, frequently, and, like, slowing down. God damn it. You know what? I don't know why I'm rewinding, because that just means I get, like... I was trying to be quick with this one. There we go. Okay, I at least got a thing to... Man, why'd they stop? I mean, one thing I do kind of find fascinating about this game is just the design ethic of game developers in the 80s, or the early 80s, was just basically, let's literally throw spaghetti at the, just throw spaghetti at the wall and just see what sticks. Let's see, I think this next one is the last... So I think this is all the versions of the stage. Also, this game controls... So, if you're familiar with, like, certain games like this, you are familiar with the concept that sometimes games are on a grid. This is, like, it's on... And then some games, like, if you, like, are familiar with, like, Adventure Lolo, that it's on a... Like, you can move in half tiles. This one's weird because it seems like you can move in quarter tiles. Which does not feel great. Yep, that's what I meant to do. Okay, here we go. What? Yeah, it just feels really weird. Also, you can get this game on the Switch now, as this game got put in the arcade archives. Should you want to play this game? Okay, is it just the loop now? Okay. Yep, it just loops now, so we've seen all the stages. Also, wait. Did I get, like, 15 lives or something? Like, how did I get so many lives? You get a life for beating the thing? Okay. Well, whatever. That was Pop Flamer, a very weird early Jaleco game. So, let's see. Let's put that on the board real quick. Man, if I'm looking at, like, points... What do we have at 13? Camp Modus there. Modus that's a game I should probably relook at. Puyo. We got 14. Ghouls and Ghosts is at 14. Karnov. Nazunokabe. Paperboy 2. Yeah, I think 14, because it's not abysmal, but it's just kind of not great. I'm gonna put 14 for Pop Flamer. $460, 1982. By Jaleco. Arcade. Maze. I think it's technically supposed to be cute. One thing I'm going to say about it, because I kept on getting the music stuck in my head. That's an earworm. Gameplay, I'm going to give a light bulb, because I think it's an interesting idea. But I don't think I'm really going to give it much else, because, it is what it is. But anyway, I have gone a little bit over than I kind of wanted, so let's end this real quick. Personal tours at Load Puzzlo. Discord, where you can take part in polls, chat with the community, and I occasionally put stuff on that we need to watch for Media Delta. So you can join at discord.ldp.life in your browser. Patreon, $2 and $5 tiers helps with hosting costs and various other things. There's also, if you're watching this on a VOD, twitch.tv/puzzlo, Fridays at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time, Saturdays at 2:30 p.m. Eastern Time, and Sundays at 1 p.m. Eastern Time for, live stuff. There's also, if you want VODs, youtube.ldp.life. The YouTube channel is the best place to do it. Monday, Wednesday, Fridays uploads. This one will go up on Friday. So there's shows on the YouTube and also the podcast channel, which you can find by going to radio.ldp.life. Media Delta and Hazeltown Story, those get uploaded Thursdays at 8 a.m. Eastern. So on Friday, we are going to continue our playthrough of Galaxy Fraulein Una, which is a very interesting game. And hopefully that seems pretty neat. And maybe we might finish it. Who knows? Bear is doing another one of his Dragon Days. And he is playing... he is doing food tie-in games, which is a pretty interesting thing. So I'm going to send you all over to him, and I hope you have a good whatever rest of your time zone that you're watching this at. Later.